What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Field channel. And holy smokes, man. It's been 2 weeks. It's been nearly fully 2 weeks since I've last done a video here on the Big Fight Field channel, man. I just want to catch you guys up on my life because you're a big part, and this channel's meant so much to me over the past 3 years. I took a 2-week break to finish up college, finish up my sportscasting program over at Full Sail University, and I'm now done. I'm now done with the program. 20 months has surpassed, and I've graduated the program, man. I've graduated from Full Sail University, and it's been an insane ride. A little bit about me before I get into the video. What you guys see, we're going to be talking about the Final Four, which is culminated last night. I started this channel back in 2019 with a really good friend of mine named Eddie Mullins. Shout out to him. And I had the vision that I wanted to be on camera, whether it was talking about sports or talking about wrestling, because those were the two things that I loved the most. And this channel has helped me in a big way, to be honest with you. Grooming myself for the future, because all I ever wanted to do was be on camera, talking about the thing that I love in life, which is sports or wrestling. And those are the two things that I really adore and I really just cherish in life, man. So this means a lot to me. I'm happy to be back. I had to take the 2 weeks off because my 2-week stretch was brutally busy. With March Madness in Orlando, I went to 6 games, which I was a great, fantastic time at. And then finishing up the program, graduation was a couple days ago. And now I'm free, man. I got a boatload of content ready for you guys this week. We're going to talk about the Final Four, recapping the tournament. The Final Four is happening the same day as WrestleMania on Saturday. I don't know what I'm going to watch yet. I'm probably going to watch both and have the Final Four on the TV and WrestleMania on my computer. So that's what I think. Or the other way around, the Final Four on my computer and WrestleMania on the TV. I don't know how I'm going to situate that yet, but it's going to be a very fun weekend. We're going to talk about WrestleMania on the channel this week as well. It's looking like a pretty decent card for WrestleMania. There's a couple matches that I'm really looking forward to. So it's good to be back, and I promise you guys, the content, it's going to be flying like this. It's going to be flying like this week, man. I got at least one video per day. So today I'm talking about the NCAA March Madness tournament and the Final Four. Tomorrow, with baseball starting on Thursday, I'm doing a show about the Phillies. It's a lot, man. Baseball starting. Sixers are going to start the playoffs, I believe, in 2 weeks. So that should be fun content as well. Any Phillies games I go to are going to be vlogged on TikTok. If you guys haven't followed my TikTok, I post a lot of sports content now on TikTok. Hopefully, I'm praying, fingers crossed, it does not get banned. So, hoping for the best when it comes to that. But ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it. The Elite Eight wrapped up yesterday, and the Final Four is taking place Saturday night from Houston, Texas. We're going to have the preview on Thursday for the Final Four, and then WrestleMania preview is going to be on Friday. but we're going to preview the Final Four on Thursday. This is kind of just like a recap of the tournament. The Final Four matchups, I mean, freaking unexpected, man. We have 9th-seeded Florida Atlantic versus 5th seed San Diego State. So either Florida Atlantic or San Diego State are going to be playing in the national championship game, man. That is unbelievable. No one could have predicted that going into the tournament. And then the other game we're getting, the late game, is the 5th seed Miami versus 4th seed UConn. And UConn, I'm going to talk about them first. They have been the best team the entire tournament, man. You look at the stats, you look at the games they're in, they are blowing teams out, the UConn Huskies. They are absolutely blowing teams out of the water. They defeated Iona by 24 points. They defeated St. Mary's by 15 points, which was their closest game of the entire tournament against St. Mary's. They defeated Arkansas in the Sweet 16 by 23 points. They nearly put up 90 points over Arkansas. And then Saturday night, man, they're playing Gonzaga in the Elite Eight. They're up 7 at halftime, so it's a pretty good first half. And then they just freaking ran away with it in the second half, outscoring Gonzaga 43-22. Outrageous, man. That's pretty crazy. And they were started off the season 14-0, I think, and then they went on the cold streak. And towards February, they picked it up, and they got hot at the right time, man. They have a great team in the tournament. Jordan Hawkins is just playing unbelievable right now for the UConn Huskies. He had 20 against Gonzaga. I think he nearly had 30 points against Arkansas, but he's just unbelievable. Amada Sanogo, he's a beast with the rebounds. Andre Jackson, the team is just, they're really good now, and they're playing like the 1 seed. They're playing like the best team in the tournament, and I think that's been the story of the tournament, has been the UConn Huskies and how dominant they've been throughout this entire tournament. And starting it off with Iona, expected to beat them. St. Mary's was a gritty fight, and then they just absolutely blown out Arkansas and Gonzaga, man. They've been the story of the entire tournament, and I think Dan Hartley has this team directed to be the favorite to win the national championship, man. If they are cutting the nets next Monday night, it would not surprise me at all. Another big story of the tournament is FAU. Let's talk about FAU. 9th seed in the East region. I mean, I was pretty excited for the East region going into the tournament. A lot of people weren't, but you look at this East region, and it has some really good teams in there. It has Purdue, Marquette, Kansas State, who became a fan favorite, Tennessee, Duke, Kentucky, Michigan State. There's some really good teams in that region. And out of all the teams to come out into the Final Four for the East region, we have Florida Atlantic. Fucking Florida Atlantic is going to the Final Four, man. It's been an up and down road, because let me tell you, they got on the wrong side of fans when they defeated America's darling, FDU, and then they were very classless at the end of that game with the dunk. I can't remember who it was, but a player on Florida Atlantic went for a dunk after they beat it. They couldn't even cover against FDU, and he celebrated like they just won the national championship game. And Tobin Anderson was very upset, and obviously so. I would be upset as well. He's taking the next job at Iona. Congrats! Shout out Tobin Anderson, man. But this is about FAU, and they've had some pretty remarkable games, I guess the word I'll use, in the tournament so far. They've beat Memphis, which ended in a controversial way, with the foul or not foul, and that might have been one of the best games of the entire tournament. FAU against Memphis, coming right down to the wire. Memphis had that game won, and FAU got a last-second bucket, and then the Memphis coach, Jordan Hardaway, I think it is, threw the water bottle across the basketball court in upset that they lost to FAU. Then FAU defeats America's darling, Fairleigh Dickinson. Fairleigh Dickinson makes a very nice comeback in the game, and FAU, they just get the better of them at the end. And I'm like, they're gonna regret that decision at the end of the game, because they're facing Tennessee next. Tennessee's the most aggressive team in the entire tournament. Tennessee's gonna mollywop these boys by 20. Nope. Tennessee lost to FAU 62-55. Very low scoring game. They go on for holding 52 points against the Duke Blue Devils just to go lose to Florida Atlantic. John L. Davis was the best player in that game. Nick Boyd was good as well, but they battled against Tennessee's aggressiveness, and they were absolutely outstanding in the second half. And then one of the, if not the best game of the entire tournament, was Kansas State versus Florida Atlantic in the Elite Eight. Marquise Noel, possibly the best player of the entire tournament so far. If you want to talk about the Patrick Mahomes of college football, it would probably be Marquise Noel for Kansas State. But Florida Atlantic just held in there, and they held in the game, and they got the better of Kansas State at the end, man. So you know what? They were very hateful in the beginning of the tournament, and now at the end of the tournament, they're going in the Final Four, and I have to show nothing but respect to Florida Atlantic for what they've accomplished with gym. Their gym has a little under 3,000 people. So, shout out Florida Atlantic, man. They are doing great things, and, it's a great story. It really is. Another good one, I'm just going to talk about all teams recapping their road to the Final Four, and then we're going to preview the game on Thursday. Obviously, we have FDU upsetting Purdue. We have all the 1 seats for the first time ever. For the first time ever, this tournament, there's been talks that they're going to change the structure of the tournament and change the seeds. NCAA should change nothing about the March Madness tournament. Absolutely nothing. Change nothing. It's perfect the way it is. For the first time ever, there won't be any 1, 2, or 3 seeds in the Final Four. That's insane. And that's why I love the unpredictability of the March Madness tournament. That's what makes March Madness amazing. It's the upsets and the drama. Oh my God. Can't believe FAU is going to the Final Four. can't believe Miami, down 13 points, came back and beat Texas. Miami has ran the gauntlet, man. They have defeated the best team that has been put through, had no upsets, 12-5. They beat the 12. They beat Drake. A lot of people had Drake beating Miami. 5 versus 4. They smack Indiana. 5 versus 1 in the Sweet 16. They defeat the outright favorite, Houston, by 14 points. Najee Pack was 7 for 10 from 3-point range against Houston. He is a hooper, man. He's a hooper, for sure. Norchad Omier. Unbelievable tournament. This team is really good, man. And for them to go into this tournament and beat down the best team that they put in front of them. Okay, here's the 12 seed. Here's the 4 seed. Here's the 1 seed. And now here's the number 2 seed in Texas. Down by 13 in the second half. Come back and win by 7. That team deserves to go to the Final Four. Jim Larrañaga deserves to go to the Final Four. And I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy for them because, like I said, they've had to beat the best team in front of them that they could possibly face. And they've done it 4 straight times. And now they're going to go to the Final Four and they're going to play UConn. It's going to be a great game. UConn's favored by 5.5. Once I get into the details, I'll dive more into that game probably Thursday. And then finally, a team that I saw in Orlando, San Diego State. San Diego State, man. I think I underestimated them going into the tournament. I'm like, yeah. I had Furman beating Virginia. I'm like, they'll beat Charleston. They'll beat Furman. And then they'll probably get whooped by Alabama. And Alabama had their worst performance on the season against San Diego State. I have not seen a worse performance in a long time in the March Madness tournament than when I watched Brandon Miller shooting the ball against San Diego State. He was 3 for 19. 3 for 19. And he was 1 for 10 from 3-point range. And then yesterday, Creighton has one of the best explosive offenses in all of college basketball. You know how many points they got held to? 56. Now, did Creighton get fucked at the end of the game with that call? I mean, I think so. Because it's just like the Super Bowl. Was it a foul? Probably. But if you're the official, you have to let these boys play, man. There's 1 second left. Tied game. And a trip to the Final Four on the line. Who would have not loved to see this game go into overtime? Game should have absolutely gone into overtime. 56 to 56. And who knows where it goes from there? Who knows? But if there's a team in there that has scratched and clawed and has gotten to the Final Four with defense, it is San Diego State, man. And if you're watching San Diego State games and you're betting the under, you probably made a lot of money. And that's their style of basketball, man. So that's basically recapping the whole March Madness tournament. Final Four is now set. Saturday night, Florida Atlantic, San Diego State. Miami, UConn. We're going to preview it all Thursday here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Baseball is coming, man. And tomorrow, I'm going to give you my 2023 Philadelphia Phillies predictions, as long as standings predictions for who I think is going to win each division for the season. So that's tomorrow's video. Wednesday, we got AEW Dynamite with Cameron Johnson and Wesley Williams. Thursday, we're going to talk about the Final Four. Friday, we're going to talk about WrestleMania. Saturday, I'm just giving myself the day off on Saturday because I would think that Saturday day, I'm probably going to go to the casino in AC and bet some Final Four games, and then I'm going to watch WrestleMania. So I'm going to give myself Saturday off. And then Sunday, I'm just going to do a live stream. I think Sunday we'll do a live stream before the second night of WrestleMania. So be sure to subscribe, man, all week long. My God, I haven't looked in a while, so pardon me. We're at 496 subscribers on the Big Fight Fuel channel, man. Subscribe. Let a friend know. The Big Fight Fuel channel, we're back. We're getting 6 videos this week. Let them know. Get their asses to subscribe. And get your boy to 500 subscribers, man. Because that's what's up. Comment down below your thoughts on the teams set to play in the Final Four. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. Follow me on Twitter, and most importantly, TikTok. Praying TikTok doesn't get banned by the U.S. government at Conlon_Joseph. And guys, I will see you tomorrow to talk about some Philadelphia Phillies baseball, man. I probably should have worn this shirt for tomorrow, but it is what it is. I'm in the baseball fever. I'm in WrestleMania fever. I'm in Final Four fever, man. This week is a great fucking week, man. Have a good one. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. And I'm out. Peace.